But before we get into that, before we get into Jesse Gender, Big Paul sent over some music for us to check out. Now, I've never heard of this band. I've only heard about 30 seconds of anything they've produced, thanks to Big Paul. See, Big Paul's a man of music. So this song is called Strutting from the band Thumpasaurus. Thumpasaurus, they got about 10,000 subscribers on YouTube. They've been around for, it seems like, 3 years or so. They do a lot of stuff on TikTok. I think that's how Paul found them. But we're going to see it tonight. We're going to check it out. If it sounds like ass, if it sounds like complete garbage, as sometimes StreamYards does when we're listening to music videos or something like that, just let me know. And we'll have to move on. We'll be forced to move on. So here we go. Struttin'. Just a couple fellas in the desert dressed like cowboys. Promising start. Thank you, Big Paul. Well, thank you so much. This is why we have a permanent mature tag on DLive. Now, because I had wondered when I saw the front, when he was thumbing when he was looking for a ride, although it's been revealed that he was just looking for someone to stop. He needed an audience. He's an exhibitionist. He's just trying to get anybody to stop so he could strut his stuff. I was wondering, I was like, whoa, these aren't assless chaps? I mean, what's going on? How do you even expect it to get picked up out there in the desert? Ain't nothing for free, boys.
Here's my strutting, strutting my way on over to you. You like my strut?
Imagine putting this much effort into being a fucking hipster. I mean, come on. I'm a hipster. I'm a secret hipster. Oh my God. Can you imagine how much laughter they had in the studio? They were laughing their asses off when they're in the practice space. They came up with this song like, dude, that's so stupid. I know.
I like you too. Strutting my way on over to you. You like these days got nothing to do. Hit the sidewalk and strut with you. Strutting in the morning, strutting the new. Strutting in the nighttime under the moon. Hey you, I like you too. And do you mind if I strut for you? Baby, feel free to strut for me. You gotta strut, everybody should. Watch that thing go side to side. Strut so hard with the strutting style. Strut your way into my mind. I'm pooh. Cause strut's so fun. Having a strut don't cost $1. Take my dog, don't forget to come. But I'm the dog and I like your smell. Can't help it. You strut so well, and baby, you got a head start. Strutting your way into my heart. Take your head up.
I don't even have anything to say. These goddamn fucking hipsters out there in the desert, very high on mushrooms and mescaline. You know who's not dancing? You know who I haven't seen? They cut to that black guy. He's just sitting there. And he's just shaking his head. He's like, I'm not doing that. Prophet says, Paul isn't allowed to shadow produce anymore. Big Paul says, haha, can't stop me, Prophet. Just admit, Shaun. Just admit you're hard, Shaun. Well, I'm getting there. About a half chub. Hagbert says, the Scissor Sisters have really run out of ideas, huh?
Make yourself at home. Have a steady night. And strut on home. Day one, I'm in love with you strut. Day two,
no, they got him. They got him in there. It says, black dude is Paul. He's the key man. Okay.
Love with you strut. Day three, I'm in love with you strut. Guess what? I'm in love with you strut. Day one, I'm in love with you strut. Day two, I'm in love with you strut. Day three, I'm in love with you strut. Guess what? I'm in love with you strut. I like your strut. Do you wanna go strutting? You like my strut. Then let's go strutting. I like your strut. Do you wanna go strutting? You like my strut. Then let's go strutting right now.
You know, I can respect the commitment to the bit, the commitment to the style. I can respect that. As I'm listening to this song, it's definitely growing on me. That could also be my boner. I don't know. Something's growing. Something's happening.
question for you. Wanna strut with me? Think I make you smile as far as I can see. You make me laugh, think that I love you. How about dinner 8:30 and a strut for two? The way you strut like no one else. You got a thing all by yourself. People can't hang.
Because it kind of reminds me of like the way he sings is a little bit like what's his face? The dude from Primus. Les Claypool. Little primacy. In fact, the clip that I had heard earlier, the first thing Paul had sent me, he sent me like a clip of them live on TikTok. And they had a little bit of that Primus vibe, but they don't have the balls of Primus. Like this is all surface level, silly, kind of fake subversive stuff where Primus actually was doing deeply disturbing and weird things in their music and their music videos.
You can give them hell. You struck like you're ringing the bell. Don't need to go fast when you strut with me. I got all night, got nowhere to be. I'm pretty fine, just walking with you. Hold your hand while you was a last tune. Tell you what, if you like a strut, I'll walk on ahead and you can look at my butt. Objectify, but don't cross the line. But you can be bad when you're strutting in time. Cause strut that thing just like a cock. Show them kids up and down the block. Flash your feathers and walk on by. You strut so good you make Jimmy cry. I can't believe that strutting with me. Let's strut somewhere everybody can see. And next to you, filled up with pride, we go boom, boom, side to side. Day one, I'm in love with your strut. Day two, I'm in love with your strut. Day three, I'm in love with your strut. And guess what? I'm in love with your strut. Day one, I'm in love with your strut. Day two, I'm in love with your strut. Day three, I'm in love with your strut. And guess what? I'm in love with your strut. I like your strut.
The guy couldn't even shoot him because that fine ass. Big Paul says, I sent a better song earlier, though. Couldn't find the full version. I think I did find the full version. We'll listen to some of it.
Do you want to go strutting, you like my strutting? Then let's go strutting, I like your strutting. Do you want to go strutting, you like my strutting? Then let's go strutting right now.
All right, it kind of won me over. By the end. Because his ass is so fine, guys. Everybody was just enraptured. They couldn't help themselves. They couldn't help but stare. They couldn't shoot him. They couldn't marry him. Okay, he will not be tied down by no bullshit. Okay, so I think this is the full thing of what Paul had sent me earlier.